I tell you, one moment that would be huge in this matchup's history is if Joe Flacco, the former Jet, can lead the Browns past New York and into the playoffs tonight. We mentioned Camryn Justice caught up with Joe Flacco earlier this week. Here is now an extended cut of their sit-down from Berea.
Joe, I know you've been asked this a million times, but I want to ask it this way. If I told you 10 years ago that you would be in Cleveland leading the Browns to a playoff push, what would you have told me?
Oh, well, 10 years ago. Well, I probably would have told me a lot about what probably happened over the last couple of years. So part of me probably would have been a little bit disappointed that I wasn't where I was right now. But at the same time, I'd be probably pretty happy to know that I was, still in the NFL, playing football, playing meaningful football, and probably a little shocked to be in this place. But man, it's been special.
Now that you're here, how does this feel? How does this moment feel for you?
Wow, I mean, it feels like football. You get in these locker rooms and you get around the guys and you get to be a part of it all, and you feel right at home.
How has the city treated you?
They've been incredible. I think the more surreal part of it has been just interacting with some of the fans and just feeling how excited they are. And then all the stuff that I'm getting sent through text messages, through all my family and friends and all that stuff, you can see that everybody's having a lot of fun with it.
The Flacco fleece videos when you walk in, they love that.
I know there's stuff going on with all that stuff because I've heard enough about it from other people, this and that. And so I know, okay, they must be talking about that.
The Flacco fleece really is taken over social media. Your walk-ins are they look forward to seeing it.
That's awesome. Well, shoot, I mean, when you come out here in a matter of a couple days to pack up, you're like, I'm going to pack the basics here. I'm going to pack some Lululemon sweatpants and pack a couple fleeces that I can wear.
You've got your kids, now Browns fans, you said. Their Christmas list had a lot of Browns stuff on it. How'd they make out on Christmas?
I think they made out pretty darn well. They flew in on Christmas and you could see I think they had the bright orange hat, sweatshirts. You could see them from a mile away. My oldest son's wearing around his, I think it's like a color rush, brown and orange numbers, Amari Cooper jersey, so yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah, Santa Claus knew.
Playing the Jets this week. What is that like to now be here playing on the other side of it?
Playing those guys this week, that'll be a little bit different because, I don't know if I've ever played against a team so quickly removed from being there. So I played Baltimore last year, but it had been a handful of years before I had, since I had been back in Baltimore. I know a lot of the guys on the Jets. You have relationships with those guys, and it'll definitely be interesting to go out there and play against them.
You have one of the guys from that team right here with you now.
That's right.
Elijah Moore.
Elijah's one heck of a player, and obviously I think there's a little bit of comfort for me when I came here to at least know a couple guys in the team, him being one of them. He's going to do special things, and he has done those, and he's young and he's talented, and the more we get him the ball, I think the more that people are going to see what he can do with it in his hands.
Thursday night football, bright lights, Cleveland Browns Stadium. How do you feel when you're playing in primetime?
You know what? Besides having to wait around all day, that's the worst part of it, is having to wait around all day to go play a football game. But once you get out there and you feel the energy of the stadium, and you look around at your teammates and you can see in their eyes that how excited they are to be out there, that's what gets you going. You don't really necessarily think about too much of the primetime stuff, being on TV under the lights. There is something about being under the lights, though, that always changes the game a little bit.
What are you expecting from the Dog Pound Thursday night football? You talked about the energy. Kevin Stefanski said thinks it's going to be electric. What are you expecting?
No, it's definitely going to be. These guys have shown up all year when we've been at home, and it's going to continue to be that way. These guys have been unbelievable from what I've seen, and hopefully we can keep that stadium rocking all night.
Hoping for a better outcome for the Browns than it was last year when you were playing with the Jets?
You got it.
All right, thanks so much, Joe.
Yeah, thank you.